So this is a random video. I was gonna do like a chit chat, like get ready with me type of video, but I don't put enough effort in to my look. I don't personally feel for me to do a full chit chat get ready with me. So it's just gonna be a chit chat. I've been seeing a lot on social media, people just talking about how friendship should be a certain thing, relationships should be a certain thing in general. You and your significant other should have a certain type of relationship. Just a bunch of this is what you and your other partner should be doing, whether it's friendships, family, actual relationships, like with a significant other, all that great stuff. And I saw this one post, and these kind of posts just really annoy me, so it really touched me. And it was something about, well, there are two things I want to talk about, actually. The first thing, this is kind of short, is like how much you and your boyfriend or girlfriend should show each other on social media. And the reason it bothered me is because a lot of the comments about this particular topic, always result in, well, they probably don't post them because they cheating anyways. Or they probably don't post them because that's not their only girlfriend, or that's not their only boyfriend, or that's not their only whatever. And those kind of posts kind of upset me, simply because I feel like our generation focuses too much on social media when it comes to relationships. Like, for example, my boyfriend and I hardly ever post each other. He'll post me on his story every blue moon. I'll post him on my page every blue moon on Instagram. But it never stays up. And so, based on the logic of other people, it looks like, oh, they delete each other because they've broken up. When in reality, we just don't post each other. Like, it's just not something we do. And I feel like that shouldn't justify how strong your relationship is, how much you or your significant other post each other on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Snap, whatever social media you use. Like, how much the two of you post each other should not be what makes or breaks your relationship. And the fact that so many people were in the comment section agreeing is really what upset me, because I know plenty guys and plenty women who post their significant other all the time and are cheating on them all the time. I know plenty of people who do that. So whether or not you're getting posted on social media should not determine how strong or weak your relationship is. If you want to post each other on social media, post each other on social media. If you don't, you don't. Like, for example, my boyfriend has not one picture of me on his social media right now. I have not one picture of him on my social media right now, unless it's like an old Facebook picture that I just never went back and deleted. I have not one picture of him on my social media right now. But we both have pictures of ultrasounds on our social media. So it kind of looks like, dang, when did this person even get a girlfriend? When did this person even get a boyfriend? They got a whole kid on the way. Because it's nobody's business. Like, even in the videos I've started to post on here, you'll sometimes hear me refer to him, or you'll hear him in the background or something, but you never see him, and you don't need to. Like, it's not, if he ever pops up, he pops up, but our relationship is not based off of the strength of how many times was I on your social media this week. Why you didn't post me this week? So who you talking to because you didn't post me this week? Like, those kind of relationships, I feel like they're destined to fall. They're destined to end because you're so caught up on what they're posting. If that's what you're so caught up on, you need to work on your own insecurities in your relationship. Like, I'll even have people say to me, "Where's Andre?" Like, if my boyfriend's not with me, I get, "Where's he?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Out. Like, half the time I know where most of the time I know where he is, but sometimes I just say that because it's not their business. And I'll sometimes get, "How do you guys live together and you don't know where he is? What if he's out doing whatever with whoever?" And I say all the time, it's not my job to worry about what my boyfriend does when he's not with me. It's not my job to worry about who my boyfriend's with and whether he's actually with his friends or if he's off with some girl. That's not my job to worry about that. That's his job. And if he wants to do, no matter how much he shows me, doesn't show me, is around me, isn't around me, whatever the case may be, if he wants to cheat, he's going to cheat. Prime example. There are a lot of willing sidelines in the world. So if he wants to cheat, he's going to cheat. Whether or not I'm on his social media, whether or not people know about him, or whether or not you guys know about me and him, or whatever, if one of us wanted to cheat on each other, it was going to happen regardless. And there's nothing social media can do or say to make that not happen. There's not. It's just like the same thing happens with friendships. And through my relationship with my boyfriend, I have been able to eliminate a lot of unnecessary friendships. And it's so funny because a lot of these friendships, I don't have short friendships. Because I'm not that trusting of people. So anybody who I've been friends with, or who can say, "Oh, I'm Teanna's friend," they've known me for years. Like, they didn't just meet me since I've been pregnant. They didn't just meet me a week ago. They've known me for a while. And so I've had to cut a lot of, not even cut friends off, but I've let friends go. And I'm okay with that. And I think at one point, it was hard for me to deal with that. Like, I remember when I was in like high school, or even early college, I was that person who was like, I don't know why this friend isn't talking to me. Like, I don't know why this friend is distancing themselves from me. Like, this friend switched up, this friend did this, this friend did that. That used to be me. And I will always be the friend who felt like I had to reach out and find out why, and why don't you want to talk to me today? Why didn't you text me today? I thought we were going to do this together. Like, I was that friend, not in a needy sense, but just in a sense of, it's weird that all of a sudden we don't hang out. Like, you know what I mean? It's weird that all of a sudden I don't hear from you. It's like, when it's those kind of situations, I call and find out, like, "Hey, did anything happen? Are you okay? Did I say something to offend you? Did I do something you didn't like?" Like, I used to be that friend because I really, really valued relationships with people. So I held on to a lot of relationships of all kinds that I shouldn't have held on to because it wasn't worth it. And I think when the year I started dating my boyfriend, I had a kind of a come to Jesus moment with myself. And I was just like, you know what? Certain friendships aren't worth it. Certain relationships aren't worth it. I'm done with that. I'm done with being this kind of woman. Cause I was 21 when we met. We met before then, but when he and I officially became a couple and started dating and stuff, We were both 21. And so that year that I turned 21, I had like, you know how people have their fake New Year's resolutions? Up until 2014, I had been slowly building like a resilient attitude about certain stuff. And I knew what I was going to deal with and what I wasn't going to deal with. And so, I just got to a place in my life where certain things weren't worth it. So friends who had wronged me, I wasn't forgiving them anymore. If they screwed up this time, that was it. I wasn't doing the let me try again. I wasn't doing that. Relationships that I was holding on to, like maybe we'll work out, maybe we won't work out, maybe I'll give it maybe this person will come back, maybe this person will do right. That was done. So by the time I officially ended up going on a first date with my boyfriend, I was completely cleansed. This is who I am. I know myself. I know what I want. I know what I want to do. I was that person. And so over time, a lot of BS I just wasn't putting up with. And this isn't about him. This is about just friendships in general. I'm not going to say what those particular friends did. But whether it was me finding out they were talking about me behind my back, me finding out they were low-key trying to talk to the same guys I was talking to, me finding out that they just were flaky, me finding out that they felt just people who had a certain type of energy about me. And like I've been seeing on social media a lot, you know who your real friends are once you get pregnant. Like I see that all the time. First of all, number one, you should know who your real friends are before you get pregnant. Like I can count on a couple fingers the number of people who have actually been my friend and reached out to me and said, hey, how are you doing? How's the baby doing? What's your registry link? What's one thing on your registry that you really would like? If I don't get anything from your registry, what's something you're okay with me getting? Like those kind of friends are the only friends that I need in my life at this point, because I'm past all that. Man, you remember when this happened in high school? You remember when this happened freshman year of college? You remember when you were talking to this guy and y'all had an argument about this and I was cracking up when I was sitting there? Like I'm past those kinds of friendships. Because I'm 25 years old. I'm about to have my first child. I've been with the same person for over 4 years. I don't care about what happened freshman year at college with this guy. I don't care about what happened in high school with these friends that we used to have. I don't care about that stuff anymore. Like it's cool to reminisce sometimes, but if every time you talk to that friend, that's what the conversation drifts to, it's not a friend I need, nor is it a friend that I want. It's just not. And I think I held on to a lot of those friendships when I shouldn't have. Not for any particular reason. I just did. And so I'm now at a place where hold on to it for what? Talk to them for what? And it's so funny because, like I said, people say all the time, you find out who your real friends are once you get pregnant, once you have a baby, once you have a baby on the way, you find out who you... Here's the crazy thing about that statement. Since I've announced my pregnancy, I've had so many people who weren't my friend try to be my friend. I've had so many people who used to actively kind of bash, back when you would go back and forth with people on social media, I've had people who would actively try to bash me decide, oh, let me ask her how her pregnancy's going. And it's just kind of like, fine. He's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. Like, it's just that. Like, I've had people who used to be really, really close to me, and I just haven't heard from them in forever. All of a sudden, they want to They want to be a part of this journey with me. And I have to be careful about that, because even if we didn't fall off and we just drifted apart, even if that was what the situation was, I have to be careful who I allow in my space at this time. I have to be careful who I allow in my space at this time in my life, because it's so precious. And no two pregnancies are exactly the same from what I've heard. So even if I have more children, this is the only time I'm going to experience this with this child. And I have to be careful about who I allow to experience that with me. Like, it's cool that we used to be friends, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we need to be friends today. Like, thank you for deciding that you want to be cool with me again, or you want to be cordial with me again. Not even that. Because sometimes it's not even that we weren't cool. It's just that they stopped making the effort. And I feel like a lot of people use that excuse. Well, if you're 25 or if you're 20 something years old and you mad that you haven't heard from your friend in months, you childish. No, I'm not. Because, like I said, I don't do short-term friends. So if we've been friends for this many years and I don't hear from you for 7 months, but I see certain things on social media, I have a right to feel away. If the only time we hear from each other is when I reach out to you, I have a right to feel away. And so in a lot of these friendships, I have a right to feel away. And if we drifted apart, or if I know that you were bashing me sometimes behind my back, and every time we did talk, we talked about you and what you were going through, and what you and this guy were going through, and what this guy said to you, or with this person. If that was our relationship, if that was what our friendship was about, I don't need you a part of this journey with me. I don't want you a part of it with me. If you just got fake out of nowhere, because I have some friends who, as far as I know, nothing happened. When I asked them about it, nothing happened. But they just became an inconsistent friend. Then I'm done with that friendship. Like, I don't need you to text me when I post a baby bump picture. I don't need you to comment when I post a baby bump picture. I don't need any of that. Now, I'm not the type of person to go out of my way and block a bunch of people, although I have been blocking all those random hair pages that keep popping up on Instagram. I'm not one of those people who goes out of my way and blocks a bunch of people because I'm not cool with them. Like, you really got to make me mad for me to block you on social media. And even then, nobody ever stays blocked. Like, after about a year or so, I go through my block list and I just like, because at half the time I don't even remember the people. Like, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, let me go look at my block list on Facebook. And it was all of these people and like girls who I used to argue with when I was like 16. From like a guy that I used to date when I was that young. And I was just like looking, I'm like, I don't even know half of these people. Like, I was looking at names, like, I don't even know who you are. I had to go through pictures to know who they were. So I don't block people that often. And it takes a lot for me to block somebody. But for you to feel like, oh, this is her moment, let me step in. I don't want you to. I have a good 3, maybe 4 tops friends who have been actively checking on me and actively here for me throughout my pregnancy, or wanting to know how it's going. Those friends, cool. We're here. But the friends who I haven't heard from, and I don't mean heard from as in you called me and we had a juicy conversation. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, you called me 10 months ago just like, hey, I haven't heard from you in like 3 months. You all right? Oh, all right. Well, I can't really talk long. I'm at work, or I'm finna get ready for work. You know I'd be busy, girl. I just want to see how you were doing because I haven't heard from you. Because I guarantee you, the friends who haven't heard from me were the friends who I'm the one who always had to reach out. Even if we went 5 months without talking, I was the one who had to reach out after 5 months. Like, hey, you all right? We didn't talk for 5 months. I just see you was okay. And at some point, you get tired of being that friend. And I was just over being that friend. So I decided I didn't want to be that friend anymore. And so if me not wanting to be that friend anymore is the reason I don't hear from you, then I don't need to hear from you during my pregnancy. I don't need toxic relationships of any kind in my life. I just don't. And I feel like that is a bit of a toxic relationship. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Especially because I'm a person who I already don't feel like I need friends. Like I have 3 sisters. I got 3 sisters. I don't care about a friend. You know what I mean? Like it's not that big of a deal. So just don't come near me with that. Like I don't need fake friends in my life. I don't need people who pop up because they all of a sudden want to be nosy and know how. Let's relate situations. We've never been friends. Why are you asking me about my pregnancy? You stopped talking to me 2 years ago. Why are you asking me about my pregnancy? Like when I went through something traumatic and I was crushed about something and I posted it on social media, you didn't even reach out to me. And I'm not talking about somebody, oh my God. Like I'm talking about like deaths in my family. If I posted rest in peace to this person on social media and you didn't reach out to me, why you gotta be my friend now? You don't need to be my friend now. I don't need you to be my friend now. And I'm finally at a point where I'm okay with that. Like I've been okay with it for a while, but having a baby really puts things in perspective. And it really helps me see what's worth it and what's not worth it. And what's important and what's not important. And what I should care about and what I shouldn't care about. And I just don't care about what you got to say. Period. And I think people have to learn to be okay with being okay by themselves. And I'm okay with not having like friends I've known for 10 years. I'm okay with not being a friend at this point. People I've known for 15 years. I'm okay with not knowing them at this point. Because just because I have a baby on the way does not mean you know me. Because newsflash, you don't. If I haven't talked to you in over this many years, you don't know me at this point. So we have nothing to talk about. And I feel like me being pregnant has not helped me realize who my real friends were. I knew who my real friends and fake friends were before I got pregnant. Because in all honesty, all the fake friends came back the minute they found out I was pregnant. If we want to be honest about it. The minute I announced that I was pregnant and put it on social media, that's when all the fake friends I hadn't heard from in years, all the fake friends who talked about me behind my back, all the fake friends who had nothing they didn't want to hang out with me whenever I wanted to hang out, all of those fake friends, that's when they came back. The minute I went on social media and posted my first baby bump picture, I was like 10 weeks or 11 weeks pregnant. The minute I posted that picture, everybody came back. And I don't have time for it. You can stay there. I stay over here. You can stay there. And that was it, you know? That was, like, I just wanted to vent that out. Because I kept seeing it on social media. I kept seeing the, oh, your boyfriend needs to post you on Facebook. If not Facebook. Your boyfriend needs to post you on social media. If you don't post you on social media, then what he doing? You ain't that important. Like, I kept seeing that. I kept seeing the, you know who your real friends are once you get pregnant. No. No, because all the fake friends came back once I got pregnant, and they trying to come back, but I ain't got time for it. You stay where you at. But that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to vent that out and ramble that out in this video. Like this video, all my videos lately have been kind of pointless, but I feel like I want to get them out, so I'm gonna get them out. If people watch, they watch. I don't really care. But that was it for this video. I didn't really have anything else I wanted to say. So, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. You go ahead and do that. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.